She just carried her bag. I'm going to Belgium. And the bare minimum.
No, but you know how we're gonna get boyfriends in the end because
be professional here. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome back to another video. So as you know, I'm Segua. I know it's been an eternity since I posted a video, but here we are once again. So today I'm having a quick chat with my friend. I think you are like the first person who is not Ghanaian I'm interviewing on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm just going to let her introduce herself for the first time, and then yeah, we'll go on with the questions and things you need to know. So, Lucie, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Lucie and I'm a student at the University of Antwerp. I'm studying Masters in Epidemiology. I'm from Burundi, yeah.
Okay, so I brought you guys an international person. So, give us a bit of background. Is this like your first time out of your country or something?
No, not really, because I did, by profession, I'm a doctor, so I did my medical degree in Cuba, and before that, I studied my high school in Kenya, and after my medical degree, I did a subspecialty at the University of South Wales in the UK, so it's not my first time out.
A lot of traveling, not even compared to Russian students. So for the first part, I'm trying to do this in sections so that you guys can get like the proper information for this. So she's on scholarship here. I don't want to give like too much talk today. It's like her time. So she's going to give us a bit brief thing about how her scholarship works, like a background of it. So what's the name of your scholarship, first of all?
VLIRUOS. I don't know how she's gonna write it.
I'll put it in the video.
So that is a scholarship, and it's a Belgian scholarship. It's a scholarship in various master's degrees. I chose epidemiology because of my background, but according to the list that I saw, it has so many diverse backgrounds. So like when you look at the link, you're gonna see that it has so many career prospects, so you can choose from that. And well, the method of application is the same as other scholarships, but the good thing about this scholarship is that it really gives us a chance to people from all over the world. Like my class is composed with Ethiopians, Ugandans, Burundians, it has Nigerian, we have Ghanaian.
No,
you know, it's different in that scholarship. Not only in my year, but in other years, the years which are before me and the years which are coming. Like right now, we know that there are students who will be coming, and so when you look at it, we also have people from the Philippines, we have from Vietnam, we have from Indonesia. So this is really a scholarship that is for a lot of people, like for various people.
Okay,
yeah.
So speaking of like the application being similar to a lot, what are like some of like the most common documents you needed when you're applying for the scholarship?
The common documents, when I say that it's similar to others, first of all, they look at your CV. They look at what you've done, what you've studied. That is the first thing. The second thing, they look at your letter of motivation. You have to prep the letter of motivation. Why they should choose you. Basically, the other documents that you need, which are really important, is the passport.
Of course.
To travel. You know, other documents that I needed were like school transcripts, like your diploma, your school transcript, and this is very important, especially for people who didn't study in that country. For instance, I studied in Cuba, so I had to send my documents back to Cuba so that the Belgian embassy in Cuba legalizes my documents, and then it was a long process for me. But for other people, if you have a Belgian embassy in your country, you have to go to the Belgian embassy so that you can get your document legalized. So yeah, and then the other documents that I needed was hospital documents to show your well-being. Yeah, and yeah, that's about it, so, and then you apply, and yeah, that's about it.
Did you have to translate your transcript or something? Because I know there are some, like, maybe because the grading system is different. So like maybe some people have like out of 4.0, some is like 5. People have it differently. Did you have to translate it to be similar to the one in Belgium?
Oh, you mean like a grade, looking for equivalence
Yes.
of the
Yes.
grade that I had? No, actually, for me, once you graduate from Cuba, your documents are in Spanish, and you choose like the government translates it into the language that you want.
Okay.
So for me, I chose English because
okay.
it's
So
even though I come from a French-speaking country, I chose English. Because I was like, okay, what are the odds that I will go and do a master's degree in another French country? I was like, it's always gonna be English. So I had, that's the only translation that that I remember that they had asked me to do. But my documents were already translated, and I always keep my documents translated. So
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah. While I've been traveling, the visa process is never easy, because it's never like easy in a way of it's something that you go like TikTok. It is doable. It's not something you cannot get. You can get it. It's not, I cannot discourage anybody. I won't say that it's like easy peasy, no. But it depends with your mindset. Like, where is your mind before you go to do it? Because these people, depending on countries, they will do interviews. They will ask you, even though the first part, that to answer her question, my scholarship, what they do, they send documents to the embassy to tell them, expect this person to come
I see.
and apply for the visa. But it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get the visa even though you have all those documents. Because in their minds, as in this is the diplomatic place, in their minds they're like, what if this person is being recruited by another person in this country so that they can do it? Because they have so many things, they have to screen you. So when they're the kind of question they ask you, why are you going to Antwerp? And I'm like, you already have my document. So it's like you really have to put on thick skin. So for me, first of all, it was the belief. The second part, which was hard to process the whole document, these are the ministries, like, the places where I had to get the documents, like the police. Oh, there's this one document, I forgot the police.
Yeah.
There's proof that you have no criminal record. It was so hard to get from my country.
The reason why I'm laughing is because like I faced the same thing.
It happened to you.
I had to redo it like 2 to 3 times, but it's not about me today.
No, but we need to hear from you as well, because sometimes I sit down, I'm like, it was so hard. Like going, you just need this one paper. You are the police. This is in my country, I had to, guys, I had to go. You guys know, like going at least 3 times in a week to a place, staying there the whole day, and you're not getting anything.
No answers, no help.
No help, nothing. So that's those were hard stuff. Guys, if you are planning to apply for that scholarship, please make sure all the documents that you need from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, I don't know which ministry, from the clinic, all those things, make sure you please get them first, because they can take long. Literally, for the Ministry of External Affairs, there's a stamp that but this depends on your country. That's why I didn't mention the stamp. There's a stamp that they have to put on those documents that you've gotten, like the medical documents, the police documents. They have to put a stamp to certify, to legalize
I think it's similar to ours too. Like mine was Portuguese, but then you still have to send it to the High Court for them to legalize all the documents, like your police, your birth cert, like all those things I'm talking about.
So it's the same thing as
I mean, I think it's almost the same, but I'm not sure for other places. But yeah, I had to do the same thing. So
yeah. So
You have to start early.
I went to that office. I remember very well, it was like around 11. No, it was 10 going to 11. This man tells me that no, he's going for lunch, he's going for break.
Happened to me too.
And these people, remember the police paper, I had to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks to get it. Now I'm going to the ministry to just get one stamp. This man had all the stamps there. All he needed to do is take the stamp, put it in the and stamp and give it to me. This man. Oh God. You know, I had to return. And the deadline, days were going. I had to return home and go back on Monday. On Monday, this man did not come. Things they happen. And then I had to wait for 2 days. If I'm explaining this thing, people will think that these are things that will happen.
But they are not actually. It's good that they should know.
You know, these
easy.
people. It's for me. The hardest part wasn't even like being in that embassy. It was like the gathering the papers from, and especially if they know. I don't know why we're like this. If they know that you're really going somewhere abroad, it's like they don't even want to give you the papers. That's my experience. You guys, not everyone might go through this, but for me it was as if they don't want to give me the papers. So you have to be very patient. Know that okay, these people they are also officials. So if you get out of character and you're angry, you might not even get that paper.
Yeah.
So for me, if you say I would go like yes sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry, ma. I'm so sorry. Even if that person was insulting me, I'm so sorry, ma. And I know I haven't done anything wrong. I'll just keep your composure, please. It's very important. And then I'll go get the papers, go home. Eventually, after a week, I got that paper. After a week. And then I went to the embassy and then I dropped all the papers. Obviously, you need also pictures, photos, but it depends with each embassy. The requirements are different. But for me, those were the important papers that I had to get. Yes.
Okay. Like all these things is like making me remember all the things I also went through with mine. Like mine was also really crazy. Like really crazy.
Not to mention that for us who study in Cuba, because of the embargo that Cuba has, the DHL doesn't come straight to my country. So I had to find somebody in Europe. Luckily enough, I have one uncle who lives here, but he works in France. I had to send a document to him. He had to send it to Cuba. And even with that trajectory, it reaches the immigration, because it's going to Cuba, the documents were withheld for around a whole week to check, like, why is this document going to Cuba? Why these are it's life, guys.
And speaking of LinkedIn and stuff, is that where you actually found like the scholarship, or something someone told you about, or like how exactly did you find it? And let me just ask this one and I asked the follow-up question.
Oh, how I found it?
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is that I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Twitter. And because before this scholarship, I was on a scholarship with the MEC Foundation. It's a good scholarship. They offer scholarships as well for mostly people who are in the medical field. It's a really amazing scholarship. So I've always, even the Cuban one was a scholarship. So I've always been this person who's always interested in scholarships. So so whenever I'm on Twitter, I just go like scholarships. And then when I saw it, I started sharing it with people. But this particular one, I had seen it on Twitter, but I was like, this looks boring. Because I wanted to go to Germany. Let me tell you, I wanted Germany. I don't know why, don't ask me why. I wanted Germany or Spain. Belgium was not something that I was thinking about, but you know, God has his ways. Also, you have to pray about these things because I'll tell you why. So this particular one, it's one of my friends who's in Cuba. She's actually doing her special. She was 1 year behind me. So every time I'll get scholarships, I will send her. I always share with my friends. So now one of the brothers who lives here, sent that scholarship to her, and she shared it with me because I've been sharing scholarships with. And I was like, isn't this Belgium? She said, Lucy, please apply. I'm begging you. I applied, and yeah, that's how it happened. So networking is also a good thing. So I got it from networking. Yeah.
And is this the only scholarship you applied for in Europe?
No.
Of course not. Of course I know it's no. I'm being professional here.
I went to 10 of them. Oh wow, to 10 of them. But the others I got, like the UK one from this one was Liverpool tropical medicine. It was a half scholarship because when you look at £10,000, that's what I had to pay. Also, that was a lot for me. So the others, they had accepted the dad one. They said that no, I was late, but they can offer me a place. Among the 10 scholarships that I applied to, 3 of them accepted with a percentage. This is the only one which was
like
a full scholarship. And then the other ones told me that no, they're no longer available. And that is what I always tell people: when you're about to apply, don't just apply to one.
So, since we've talked about so many things when it comes to the documentation, the visa processing, yeah, we've had like a lot of back and forth about like our experiences with the processes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I want to delve a little bit more into your experience here as an international student. So here in Belgium, like, do you like it here so far?
So far, it depends. There's some things I like about it, and there's some things I really don't like about it. Like,
give us like maybe 2 things you like, 2 things you don't like so far.
2 things I really don't like is the weather, honestly. Like,
I'm even surprised we have a bit of sun today.
You know, the weather. The thing is, it's not even like, you know, like when it's sunny, it's not even about the sun has come out or the sun has, it can be sunny right now, like in like 5 minutes, the rain starts. You've gotten out, you've put on, you're looking fresh, you're just enjoying the weather, you're like, yes, you know, and all of a sudden it starts raining. You didn't carry your umbrella, you didn't do this.
A winter jacket.
And the thing is that the weather on your phone will not even tell you that. That's the bad thing. It's
also inaccurate.
Yes, it's very
but
inaccurate.
You can't blame it either.
Well,
I mean, sometimes it helps.
Yeah.
But sometimes no.
Yeah.
Most of the time no.
It doesn't.
I just say that the weather has like a lot of mood swings.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's going through whatever it's going.
Menopause.
I wanted to say. Apart from the weather, the second thing that I don't like is the language. And I don't mean that in a way of I don't like the language itself. I hate that disadvantages that come with not knowing that language.
Yeah.
So, because me and Essie, we live in the Flemish side. So if you really need a student job, which is very important, you need to learn that language. I mean, I speak French, but I am not living in the side that speaks French. I live in the side that speaks Dutch. So you can go and you're looking for a job and you're able to do that job, and that job is very simple, but not knowing the language puts you at a disadvantage, and that is something that I definitely, that definitely has made me feel really down, because like it just comes with a lot of disadvantages. So I wish you know there were more opportunities for English speakers. The 2 things I like, the first thing is I love the fact that Belgium is situated in the center of everything. Trust and believe, this is an advantage because like obviously we're not like Essie who is a tourist. You know.
Please, no.
But how many countries have you visited? Like with your scholarship?
With my scholarship, this is the 4th one. Only.
She said only.
Only 4.
Which one?
First was in Portugal, then Poland, then Germany, and Belgium.
Wow. So you see.
Only.
No, apart from
it's
that.
The bare minimum.
No, Oh wow.
Bare minimum.
You know, I have nothing trying to say about that? So you see, it's an advantage. Imagine I was living in somewhere, wherever. That's why they call Belgium the center of Europe. Now, imagine if I was not living here. She would have visited so many countries and I would just be there like this. But if you live in Belgium, most of the cities are like 2 hour, 1 hour away of train. And trust and believe, we have also flexibus.
Yeah, flexibus.
You know, and depending on which insurance you're at, you can actually do these trips on at a lower cost. Like for me personally, because of my insurance, I get to travel at half the price. Did you pay that insurance?
We don't have that insurance.
She did not pay.
I didn't know, but now it's actually sort of too late to do that for now.
You know, there's this CM thing. You can pay.
I know I can, but I don't want to at the moment. But now you've talked about so many other benefits. I'll look into it. If it makes traveling easier and cheaper.
It does. And then for the bus, like in the Flemish region, you only pay 50 per year instead of paying 50 per month.
It's a really good discount.
Don't go with people who are rich. I'm just telling you, come this side and save money. You know, so that is the first thing I love about this place, because I can be able to travel to these places at a cheaper cost. And once you have the residency, once you come to study here, they will give you a residency card. And depending on your situation, how long you're going to be here, it can even go into becoming, you know, a permanent residency. It depends, each person with their own. And the second thing I like is that I really thought that, you know, not knowing Dutch, that I'll be lost forever. But like the Flemish region, because me and her, we study at the university, and well, she asked me to talk to two things I don't like. I'm adding this third thing so that it can make sense with what I'm about to say. I don't like the classes that finish at 6 p.m. and sometimes 7 p.m. I don't understand. Anyway, so some of my classes, they finish at night. That's something I don't like and I don't understand, because I believe that, you know, life is to be lived, you know?
I know.
I mean, we went to high school, we did our university, now it's masters. It should be like, you know, more flexible. But here, no. If you're coming here, you have to study. So at the end of the day, I spend so much time at the university. So meaning you spend so much time with people who actually speak English. Most of the people who go to university here, they speak a bit of English. So even though you don't speak Dutch, yes, the Dutch part will be a disadvantage when you are starting to look for a student job or for a job.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we're all trying to go learn this Dutch thing this year. But at school, you will talk to students, like they will speak to you in that. Yes, they have an accent, but some of them actually
some of them, the English is way better than ours.
I know.
Like the words they use, even. Like,
you know, you're like, okay. So the only people who you find who really don't speak Dutch is like old people.
Even them
who don't speak English, I mean, it's like old people, but even then they speak just a little bit. So that is something that I actually appreciate. I'm like, you know, and you don't have to use Google Translate for so many things, because
I keep saying that this place, I have never used Google Translate, and this is like the fourth place I'm living, so it should tell you how much like the English is sort of like versatile, universal here, sort of. When it comes to cultural shocks, is there anything in particular that's coming from Burundi has been really surprising to you living here in Belgium?
The culture shock that it was a surprise, and honestly I had a big thought about it, because in Burundi, when we meet, we are talking, we're talkative, we're really chill. Here people are quiet. I don't even know how we're gonna get boyfriends in the end, because like honestly I told you, people, prepare to be all by yourself. People here are in that space. It was such a shock when I got on that bus. You know, in my country, when you sit next to a person on the bus, you're like, good afternoon, ma. You know, hello. You know, you greet. Here, when you greet somebody, they will stare at you. Okay, the young people will do this quick smile. How do you even do that? It's so quick. It's you know, like they're recognizing you. That is really good. It's a good thing, guys. So for me, it was a shock. I said, "What's with that smile?" But it's a good thing for them.
Yeah.
And old people might or might not answer. It's not a bad thing in their culture. It's everybody with their headsets
they are very
on the phone.
reserved.
They're very reserved. So don't take this as an offense or anything. The second culture shock, I was shocked. I know this is a good thing, you know, but the amount of events at school with beers that I'm a teetotaler, but you know, this is like a school event. You know how in universities, do you guys have events at universities? In Nigeria, do you have? I have not
Actually,
seen.
Ghana, no. I'm half Nigerian.
You have. I know because you can't even argue about jollof
But
rice.
like-
You're always looking at all your friends arguing because I know you're from.
I don't argue.
So in
But in Ghana, barely. But when we do, it's mostly just soft drinks. If there will be soft drinks or water mostly. But then beer,
water, they've even go far, going far, you know. But like what about Nigeria? Like that's both Nigeria and Ghana.
I mean, I didn't really go to school so much in Nigeria, so I can't fully tell. But from what my friends say, the thing is, I feel like most African countries, they will not deliberately bring beer for students. It seems like they are promoting alcoholism. Because even the teachers, when you see them outside at a bar or something, then they start acting all shy, like it's so illegal for them to be drinking a beer or something.
Exactly.
So they won't deliberate, they won't bring it for you to.
For me, that was a shock.
Yeah.
No, when I tell you the beers were more than the fries, they always have fries, guys. Oh, the amount of fries these people eat.
Good fries though.
She goes to the gym. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
I mean, if you're here, at least try it once or twice. You're not going to gain like 10 kilos.
Oh wow, we're promoting bad eating habits now.
Once or twice. I mean, like you're in a new country, try the waffles, try the fries.
And the other thing, they actually do a lot of cycle.
I cycle too.
You cycle. Listen. You do cycle. She does cycling and she ate those fries, so you know that she will not gain weight in this life. But
the people here are slimmer than I am and they eat a lot of fries. So it's just eat with caution.
So you're looking at genetics.
No, eat with caution. Eat this but with caution.
I was shocked. There were so many beers and the teachers just come and greet. You know, for us, teachers are there, students are here. Here, the teachers are.
I was also really.
I'm so happy to have you in my class. They're drinking beer, cheers, and there's wine, guys. There's wine. I don't drink, but there was wine, champagne. I'm like,
even our welcome week today was wine in like fancy glasses, actually. I was like, okay.
She's writing fancy glasses. She's trying to make it but fancy glasses, like yes. So that was for me. It was a shock, like. How, you know, so that was a culture shock. Apparently it's very normal. They always have events. There's always some events.
Yeah, I think they try to make our lives easy. Even though you don't really get so much time to join the event, but you still get some people who always go there
and they come back. If you ever see me at an event, I went there for food. I'm just confessing.
For fries.
They do have these nice snacks.
I mean, sometimes waffles. Yeah, their waffles are really nice.
Wow. I see.
I don't want to ask plenty questions, but I think one thing that is also, I feel, something they should know about is how is your accommodation? Like, how is it moving here from your country? Was it like easy to get a place or?
Okay, so she actually does want to ask me that question because it's making me go back to what I explained to you guys about the scholarship. I forgot this one. The scholarship, once you apply, you need money before you come. Did they do the same thing for you guys? You had to have some money for the first month.
I mean, yes, for us, hers is better. Hers I don't know if she has mentioned, but for her, she just carried her bag. I'm going to Belgium. This for us, me, I had to get money. I had to pay for my visa processing, so all those documents, legalization.
Are you sure you read that
It's
paper?
me.
Are you sure you read that paper well? How did you pay for the visa?
I don't even know where God gave me that money from, but all I know is you have to pay for your visa, you have to pay for your flight. Even though it's Erasmus, you still pay for your flight. Then when you get to the country, then they reimburse you the money. And then it's not like the reimbursement comes like immediately you get it like the next day. It's the process. Mostly it's either you get a check or you have to create a bank account and then they give you the money. But you still have to get money. They tell you to get like money for upkeep also for like a month. Yeah, then that month means like you settled and then you get your money back. So you people that, as I said, just carried your bag and was into the airport and then just came here. It was not like that.
Wow, guys, I'm so shocked. I'm beyond shocked. You see, for her, they gave her back all her money. For us, it depends, because
it's not as you just go on.
For us, it depends. The thing is that once we reach here, you have to make sure that the money that you had carried before is way below the scholarship money that they were supposed to give you, because they will not give you back. For instance, if I carried 700 to use for that month and I'm here in September, October, so I have to wait till October to get the first batch of scholarship money. So in October, they're gonna give me the money for September and the money for October. So basically, they are just giving you what they're supposed to give you. That money that you use, the 700, they're not giving it back to you. So how they're giving it back to her, for me, they're not. So that's that is how I can say. And afterwards, accommodation, they look for you. They look for you that accommodation, which has its own downside. The downside is that they will determine the price. Yeah. Meaning, if they look for the accommodation for you, if it's 600, it means that it's more expensive as a student, because you can find something cheaper, like 400 or something. True. Because some people, they want to send money back home and everything. The good side is you don't have to hustle with,
like we did.
Yes. And with the hustling comes the scams and stuff. I'm very sure she'll send the links of the good sites for that.
The ones I know and the ones she knows.
Yes, because like that there's deposit money before you get here, so sometimes you can be scammed and give that deposit money, which you might find that you gave it to somebody, so you have to use the university websites that they've given you, and you have to make sure, because there's that deposit to hold your place. If you found a house, it's 400 per month, you're gonna end up giving deposit of 200. This is an example of somewhere where I had found 200, and then there's a deposit for the whole year if you're here for the whole year. So that deposit for the whole year might be like maybe 300, 400, 500, 600, depends, even 1,000. That deposit now, you give it when you're entering the house. This 200, you give it so that they hold your place. Once you get here, you start paying rent. And if the rent was 400, you pay for the first month 200 for that holding deposit. Now the deposit for the whole year, they'll give it back to you once you're gone. You're about to get out. It's so that they can take care of the things that you broke. Maybe the bed.
I almost said that, but you said it
the window. I don't know what you broke. I don't know why or how, but that will cover it up. So that's about accommodation, and for us, how different the scholarships are.
I mean, I have 20 questions, but the video, I don't want it to be super long. So before you go, is there like any last minute advice you want to give someone who is wants to enter into Belgium or Europe, or like, I don't know, any last thing you want to say that maybe you wish you knew before you began the process?
Well, for me personally, I wish I had prepared myself well, like mentally. I feel like when I say mentally, I'm feeling like, it's a different place. You understand? When you come here, the first thing that you need to do is prepare yourself well before starting the whole procedure. It doesn't matter. I've never been to Asia. I've been to South America, Europe, and a lot of places in Africa.
Yeah.
But the processing visa and everything is still the same. Scholarships, they have different requirements, different funding and different processes, but basically they're the same. Letter of recommendation, all these things, prepare them well. Letters of motivation, your transcripts, make sure whenever you're choosing a place, as we have said, everything like apply to many places, but most importantly, prepare yourself. Prepare to be alone.
Yes.
Prepare to be alone. Prepare to learn to do things all by yourself. Prepare to meet different people from different cultures who have different habits,
different upbringings.
That one is so important. Like, prepare yourself, because here you meet with all sorts of people, and it's very good. Like, you might meet somebody and then all of a sudden they tell you these harsh words, and you have to internalize them. You have to be all by yourself and prepare yourself. And mentally, when you're processing stuff, I wish I had known to not like really say stuff to people, because I almost gave up on this scholarship. Because imagine somebody looks at you and be like, do you think you can get a Schengen visa? I almost gave up. So know the people who are doing, who you are trying to get help from, because the processes, you still need people, I won't lie, but make sure you know who you are working or asking help from, or who are trusting. You are trusting in your space, because it's very easy for people to discourage you from that. And remember, keep your composure, guys. Like, when you're processing these things, it's very important, because the things that will stress you out, they will stress you out. You feel like giving up. Don't give up. Like, please don't give up. That's the most important thing that I'll say. And everything is possible. It is possible. You just have to know the right things to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying.
Thank you very much, Lucie, for joining us today. It's really informative. I really hope you guys have heard so many things that you need to process your way through this whole ordeal. And as I said, because it's been so long since I posted a video, please, this is my comeback video and apology video.
It's
this should cover up the times I haven't posted, So I guess, just to end, any link that she mentioned, I'll try to put it in the description. If you have any questions, any comments, please put it down below. I'm going to try as much to respond to a lot of them or all of them. And if I can't answer, I'm going to ask her and give you back the feedback. So also, if you have like any ideas for videos you would want me to make in terms of school life experiences, being an international student and all that, just let me know. So until I see you again, this is still Sister Girl, and thanks for watching. Bye.